Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I'm going to be doing a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, also for your watchers, also for those of us who find ourselves on this video without any Pisces in anything. You're probably an empath. You're probably needing messages from your soul. Okay. So I asked what this reading was going to be about, and I very quickly heard there are some things you don't want to believe. And I don't know what it is I don't want to believe. I'm sure it's a lot of things. I'm sure it is a lot of things. Okay. And whatever this is that I don't want to believe, I would like to keep it that way. So I'm not going to claim any of this information. I don't know. I just know that I slept so deeply last night and I woke up exhausted AF. Okay. Probably indicative of being astral all night. I don't know who I was having meetings with. I feel like I was having meetings with people, something, someone. I don't know. I just woke up feeling like my heart is devastated. Like, what is this? What is this? Let me just pull some cards. Let the devastation begin. Let the devastation begin. Let's just let this. Pull some cards from this deck. I don't even want to shuffle. I just want to pull cards. Okay, one more shuffle. An earthquake. What region do you live in? All right. I think we have enough cards to hurt our own feelings at this point. All right. So, let's see. All right. First card, manifestation. First card is manifestation. Allowing yourself to recognize you're manifesting everything that you need in life, whether it's the good stuff, whether it's the struggles, everything that you need in life, you are manifesting. You call things to you and you allow yourself to be open to receive things. And then that's how things enter. Okay. That's how events happen within your life. And that's okay. We can't try and make it our goal to have absolutely nothing ever happen unless it's happy. It's just one of those things. Like there's no point in trying to make that your goal. Does my sound okay? Does my audio sound okay? Is my audio acceptable? Do I need to speak with a deep voice? All right. So, moon cycles. These are cycles of manifestation that have been occurring for quite some time. Okay. For quite some time, you've been cycling in and cycling out, almost manifesting and then clearing away, almost manifesting, clearing away, almost manifesting, clearing away. So, hearth, homecoming. This card came up yesterday. This card came up yesterday. There's a homecoming taking place. Something is returning back to you. What that something is, I do not know. I wish a motherfucker would let us know. I wish they would let us know. I wish. Let us know. I don't know what it is. Is it someone? Is it something? I don't know. Maybe it's your attitude going back to reset. I don't know. Maybe someone got to come back so that your attitude can reset. Let us know. Motherfuckers need to know so we can prepare ourselves. Okay, clearance. It's just sweeping out the old. You're no longer allowed to sweep things under the rug. You can't sweep things under the rug. Shit needs to take place. Okay. Find the cajones. Find your cojones and let them descend is what we need to do. Okay, so let's be serious here. What is this about? I don't know why the very first thing I said to Michael, the very first question that came out of my mind was like, is this going to make us cry? And he didn't say a word. I don't know. I don't know. This might be something that hurts your feelings. It might be something very hard to process. Gosh. It might be like I'm visualizing like dirt that's kind of ground in, where when you first look at the ground, it looks like there's no dirt or anything. But when you start sweeping, like my culture has this type of broom called a walisting thing. Okay. They're like little tiny, skinny, like almost. I gotta just show you. I show you. Hold up. Da-da-dum. Hold up. It looked like this. Oh my God. If you get whipped with one of these, you're fucked. You're legit fucked because shit ain't funny. Shit ain't funny. It looks like this. Okay. Let's just like there. Okay. Those are like, I don't know if they're reeds or like, I don't know. You fucked though. That shit fucking has a like, you might as well get whipped. I'm telling you. I never got hit with that, but I saw quite a few people get hit with it. I'm like, oh, you're fucked. As a kid, that hurts. But see, we had that type of broom and then another type of broom with like the softer handles. Hold on. I'll show you the other one for the gentle people. Let me just hold that. And then there was this kind. Okay. Why are y'all selling this shit for fucking $100? You know that's like 50 cents. Stop playing yourself. You selling 6 of them for $100? You take your ass to a little Asian shop. I promise you, you get this for like $1, $2, no more than $5. Don't buy this kind of shit online. So this is the softer kind. Okay. This is the softer kind. That one, it's like all soft and stuff. The other one, they're like little whipping sticks. And they have a snap to them. So it could totally welt your skin or like totally break it open. That one you would use that when there are more not sticky things, but things that are harder to sweep. And what I'm seeing is like I remember that would be used when the concrete needed to be cleansed. You would use that because all the sticks would get into the little crevices of the concrete, and you would then see all this like cloud of dust, cloud of dirt and all of that. And it's this that's what they're using to clear. That's what they're using to clear. So this is like heavy duty type of like, I don't know what the fuck you got yourself into, but this is heavy duty. Stability. Whatever this clearing period is, it's going to create stability for you. Why am I so fucking dry? What is this about? I need some. Hold on. Oh, that's right, because I was tired AF. I was tired AF. It's totally my facial serum. It's fine. Okay. That's fine. Let's just, okay. There, I see it. My brother was totally making fun of me. He said I needed a new bag of skin. I was like, what? Because my skin be hella loose. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. So you're seeking stability, but you need to first clear out whatever remnants of something. I tell you guys, my heart feels like a wrecking ball today. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, new beginnings. There's new beginnings coming. This carries with it the implication that before a new beginning comes an ending. So something's going to end. Some sort of cycle is going to end. And it's going to, you got to be careful because it's like, I'm wondering if that's you and you're raising something up. Like just holding it up. Be careful. It's very difficult for me to just blindly trust things. And then now there's like shifting going on. And suddenly my third eye started dripping. What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Third eye is dripping, eyeballs are shaking. This is going to be a good read. There's new beginnings starting that carries with it the implication that there are endings needing to take place. Okay. This is you listening intently, listening. But I mean, do you even know who you're listening for? Do you? It reminds me of this car ride I took the other day, and I guess my phone was going off. I'm so accustomed to the Samsung ringtone that I've had for quite a few years, and there were beeps and I don't know what the fuck was what I was hearing. I was just like, what is that? And then my husband goes, dude, that's your phone. Oh, it is, huh? You could be hearing the message all along, but if you're waiting for something specific, something you're accustomed to, you might not be getting it in that way. You might have changed your entire communication system. The comms have been changed, and when that changes, you need to begin understanding the new system. Way back when my mom was in her prime, and she was quite possibly the most talented nurse in the entire floor, maybe even the hospital. She worked in the NICU, that's the neonatal intensive care unit, the sickest of the sickest babies. And sometimes when the ER, the ED, emergency department, could not get the vein of a patient because their health is that serious, they would come and get her because she was that good at finding the vein and making sure the vein doesn't roll. And she never took on outside of charge nurse, she never took on a management position. Why? Because they offered it to her so many times. They're like, we want to give you a promotion, and she kept refusing it. Why? Because she didn't want to learn the new system. They were converting from physical charts to electronic, digital, and she didn't want to learn the new system. She didn't want to be responsible for having to teach other people the new system. If that is how you are, where you are so gifted, so talented, but you don't want to switch to a new system, you will miss out on opportunities. And she knew this. She didn't care. She didn't care. She was like, I'm not going to be answering for these people. I'm not going to be answering for these people. It didn't matter to her. To her, it wasn't worth it. But at the end of the day, she still had to learn the system because the entire hospital was switching to that system. Sometimes we have to recognize, we're being promoted out of lessons. We're being promoted out of this specific space that we're occupying within ourselves. And if we continue to deny that promotion, then that's on us. That's on us. She was very content with where she was. Very, very content. Basically everyone on staff still treated her as though she was in charge. She was the mama of the department whenever she was working. So to her, that was good enough. To you, is your life good enough? Is good enough for you? For me, learning from witnessing her, and my mom was a very, very humble woman, very, very humble. I don't feel like I want to have a life that's just good enough. I feel like I want to have a life that's appropriate for the level of greatness that I can attain in this lifetime. I feel like I need to allow myself to not be limited to the degree that it's just has to be good enough, just enough. What is just enough? What's your definition of just enough? And this was a very hard lesson for me to begin understanding that I was in, because of the fact that I grew up with, my perception of how women should be is based on my mother. It's based on my mother. And my mother never really allowed people to give things to her. She was always the one just giving. She's also a Piscean, highly empathic, approaching savant level of intelligence. And she never really did any of those things that would let people know how amazing she is. She hid it all. She wanted everyone to be comfortable around her. She wanted everyone to feel accepted. And it's okay for me to embody that, but it's not okay for me to have just enough. We deserve so much more than just enough. Feel like you deserve that. You deserve to have whatever is meant to be yours. And I think we confuse this, like, trying to dictate what we believe is ours. We don't really know if this is something that's aligned with us, with our truth. And we confuse it with, just having this openness to receive whatever it is your soul is asking you to receive. It's beautiful. It's beautiful coming to this realization that what you deserve is not determined by your trauma. What you deserve is not determined by the limitations of the people who served as the role models in your life. You deserve so much more. When the role models of your life carried limitations that were based on the traumas they experienced, when they themselves could not be allowed to tap into a greatness due to an elevation in their awareness, you need to have more than that. If you're more aware than the people who raised you, then you deserve more than the simple limitations of those same people. And it's not that you're better, it's that you're more aware. It's that you're more aware. I was so blessed to have all of these conversations with my mother before she passed. Like, so blessed, so blessed. And all of these realizations, like the things she used to criticize me over. She felt like I was being lazy, using my kids as an excuse to not work, not finish school. She really, truly felt like I had wasted my intelligence by not getting a degree. She really, truly felt a whole bunch of different things. And then I disappeared. And when I came back years later, And she saw how different I was and how I established my sense of self. And it was healthy. It was strong. It was everything she wished she had done in her life before she became disabled and could not do things for herself. And then her perception of me changed. Not because I asked her to, not because I forced her to, but because I existed authentically with no apologies, no edits, no censorship, no nothing. Like this is me. This is me. And the conversations shifted. It shifted to her just randomly letting me know, like, she wishes she stayed home the way I stayed home. She wishes she did for me and my siblings what I was doing for my kids. She wishes all these different things. And then I came to this realization, the adults who raise us, even the ones who are so bitter with us, they seem to be so bitter that we exist. Oftentimes, you are an external projection of their internal child. You carry and represent the potentialities the adults in their lives told them they were not good enough to reach. And yeah, they get bitter. They get bitter because why do you get to do what I couldn't? Well, because you gifted me with your learning. You gifted me with witnessing your life. And then I chose differently. And it's not a competition thing. It's a gratitude thing. Being grateful for being able to witness the struggles that your parents or whoever raised you went through to raise you. Seeing their toxicity, seeing their trauma responses, and choosing differently. Choosing to not just be an extension of that trauma. Choosing to be this manifestation of a healing they weren't strong enough, brave enough, whatever it is, to do for themselves. You have to listen to what your soul is telling you. Your perception about everything you've lived through is so important. It can be the very thing that pushes you into the next level of awareness, and it can be the very thing that cripples you and convinces you you're unable to walk. Could be the very thing. Renee, be grateful for that, because I raised myself too. I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful there was pretty much no one present my entire childhood, because that prevented me from taking in too much of that programming, too much of the dogma, too much of the self-loathing. It helped me to really stay intact in regards to my perceptions, in regards to the way I see myself, in regards to the way I function within my world. I was thinking about this the other day. I never felt loved as a child. It's fucking beautiful, though. It's not to say I wasn't loved. I'm saying about how I felt, the way I perceived. I didn't feel loved as a child. I didn't feel supported. I didn't feel seen. I didn't feel heard. I didn't feel embraced. I just didn't feel loved. And people might be like, oh my God. Oh my God. Every child deserves to feel loved. Yes, but every child also deserves to tap into their greatest potentiality. I needed to not feel loved in order to be able to do that. Why do I not seek validation? Why does it not matter to me if you hate me or not? If you love me, why does that not matter to me? I never had that. I don't know what the fuck that is. I literally don't know what that is. I will still continue to do and love and empower and support and fight for you without knowing if you love me or not, because I don't need that. That's outside of my norm. That's so far outside of my norm that I don't need that in order for me to choose to be a good person. I just am. I am. And the whole strengthening process that I had to go through, the hardest part of that was not loving myself. No, dude, that wasn't the hardest part. The hardest part was recognizing, acknowledging, and accepting I actually am a good person. I actually am a good person. Well, you should have told your mom when she asked you why you don't just die. You should have told her, well, you had your chance, bitch. You had your fucking chance. It's too late now. Should have made decisions a lot sooner. And leave it at that. Like, when people want to be disrespectful, shit just comes out my mouth. Shit just comes out my mouth. I wish you would just die. Well, bitch, you had the chance to abort me, but you didn't. Oh, too bad. Oh, well. Oh, well. I'm totally that kind of fucking person. My mom once told me, because she wanted to be able to help me. But I knew with the dynamics that help means I have to do everything she says. So I was like, no, I'd rather struggle. I'll do it my damn fucking self without saying a word. And because I didn't say anything, she says to me, you're too independent for your own good. And I didn't even realize I said it until she looked at me and told me she wanted to slap me. My mom never hit me. And I said to her, well, I wouldn't be so independent if I had you to help me when I was growing up. If I had choices, if I had support, I wouldn't be this independent. She's like, I could slap you. Gotta catch me first. You better do some stretches. I can run real fast. It's this beautiful thing when you can just let yourself be. I mean, I'm not trying to say it's okay. I'm not trying to say it is okay for parents to say really fucked up shit like that. Like, why don't you just die? Well, bitch, why did you just kill me? I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I would also follow that up with, it ain't my fault that you didn't have the courage to make these decisions. Like, I really stick it to people. If you're 38 years old and your mother treats you that way, why does she have access to you? Why does she have access to you? When we reach a certain age, a certain level of development, when we continue to allow ourselves to still be accessible to the very people who claim to hate us, that's a self-hatred thing. At that point, that's a self-hatred thing. And at this point, you need to begin understanding you have options. You have options. You need to not be accessible. You need to not be accessible. And people can say all they want about, like, well, no, I'm needed. Then you need to not be needed. Well, that's easy for you to say because you don't take. Oh, no. I left California while my mom was in the hospital. I finally had enough. So long as you continue to allow yourself to be accessible, all the other family members will force you to be the one to carry all the bullshit. That was a very hard decision. That decision broke me. For those of you that were present during the earlier parts of me starting to be publicly visible, did you see how skinny I got? I had to force myself to eat every day for years. If you look at these old videos of me, you'll see it in my eyes. They become liquid black. It's just liquid black, just this pool of sadness. I had to. Because once you get to a certain point, you need to begin living for you. And so long as you continue to live for other people, that is a choice you make. And no one has to sympathize. No one has to feel sorry. No one has to do any of that. We make choices day in and day out. They can continue to blame me for whatever, but I'm not going to be present for that bullshit. I'm just not. I'm not going to be present for anything that's toxic and directed at me without an opportunity to allow me to heal myself. No, I refuse. I'm done with that. I am so done with that. I come from a culture of obligation. My parents are very traditional Pinoy. I've been programmed from infancy to carry the entire family? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I did for a very long time. And then I set that bag down. And as I did that, my absence, for those who are ready and willing to exit the toxicity, they've exited. They've rejoined me in a really beautiful, really healthy space. And I still maintain my mother is an amazing woman, very humble, very loving, very generous. A lot of the goodness, the softness that you guys see in me, it comes directly from her. It comes directly from her. But that doesn't mean there weren't things that were present in the family dynamics that weren't toxic. Every family has a level of toxicity that is expressed in a unique manner. Please don't give me that shit thinking that, oh my God, my family doesn't have toxicity. No, your family's probably just better at hiding it. You're probably much better at pretending there's nothing there. I promise you there is. Once you reach a higher level of dimensional awareness, you will look back and you'll be like, oh, fuck, she was right. That was some fucked up shit. And that's okay. We choose the families we enter into. We consciously choose that. We select the parents before we are born. Why? Because they have the ability and willingness to get us to experience the things we need to experience. If I lived in a very coddly type of household growing up, if I consistently got compliments, oh my God, I'd be so fucking full of myself in a toxic way. I would be so ridiculously nasty just because I can. And what are you going to do about it? I was talking to one of my dear clients the other day, and we were talking about pretty privilege. Like, what the fuck is that even? What the fuck is that even? You get all of these people who judge you by your aesthetics. And just like with someone who's ugly, aesthetically displeasing, you have all these opportunities that you have to work harder for. But see, here's the thing. When you're aesthetically displeasurable to the eyes, people tend to feel more sorry for you. However, when you're aesthetically pleasing to someone, oh my God, you have to work hard. No one feels sorry for you because I think everyone just hands you this beautiful life on a golden platter. I don't know what the fuck that is. Because someone, I was talking about how someone years ago was like, how does it feel to have pretty privilege? What the fuck is that? That was literally the first time I ever heard of that. Like, what? What do you mean? Pretty privilege? What the fuck is that? When people give you things that you're pretty, who are you talking to? Are you talking to me? Is this your way of trying to compliment me? Who the fuck said I'm pretty? I'm not saying I'm ugly, but who the fuck said I'm pretty? Pretty that someone's giving me, like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? They're like, oh, no, don't get offended. No, bitch, you already fucking said it. You don't get to tell me how to react to the bullshit you fucking say to my face. What in the fuck are you talking about? I've never had pretty privilege. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what the fuck that is. Pretty privilege? Oh, you mean the people who were told they were pretty their whole life and so they expect shit? Yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't get that. I really didn't get that. Like, ever. I never got, none that I'm aware of. I never got any like special privileges because someone outside of me thought I was attractive. And I thank God. I really fucking so deeply thank God in my traumas that I was so traumatized about not being acceptable that I didn't participate in that. I became formed as a whole person. I wasn't just a face. Yeah, no. How did I get into makeup artistry? I was so insecure about my face. Yeah, I received the opposite. I was hyper criticized my entire life for the nose that I have. It's not Anglo enough. My mother's nose is very Anglo and delicate. Oh my God. You know how many women pay to have her nose? I didn't get it. I didn't get it. And then I was hyper criticized for my receding jawline. I was also criticized for the flatness of my face. There was no outward projection. I was criticized for my lack of a nose bridge. I was criticized for the height of my forehead. And I'm just saying, I'm a fucking alien. And unless you're not attracted to aliens, you're going to have to just appreciate my features for how it is. Yeah. Yeah. I have alien features. When I get skinny enough, my eyes look big as fuck and my forehead looks bigger. And if you want to criticize me for having a big forehead, I'm not going to do anything to lower it. This is the disclaimer. See this? This is like a 5-finger fever. Like 5 fingers, okay? I got a 5-finger fever, and that's your only warning. If you want to engage me, this 5-finger fever is indicative of my elevation and intelligence. I will rip you to fucking shreds, and you won't even know I've insulted you. That's the disclaimer right there. That's your only warning. I'm not going to change that because that's my only show of mercy to humanity and the dumb members of humanity. I will fucking rip you to shreds and you won't know I what was talking shit to you. I was just saying. And then now I'm kind of like, do you understand, mama? Mama, people fucking pay for this shit. You know, like, hello, V-Line. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I used to have people talk so much shit to me about the fact that I have such large breasts, even as a child. And it's like, hello. Hello. People pay for my size boobs. Like, there's nothing for me to be ashamed of. Oh, but they're not saggy. Well, I don't care. I don't care. My boobs are going to be what they are. I'm not getting a reduction. I'm not getting implants. I'm not doing a reconstruction. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not getting a nose job. I'm not doing filler shit. I'm not doing any injectables. I'm fucking good with who I am. I don't need to tweak anything. Not because I don't think I need tweakments or any of that, but because I 100% absolutely believe my purpose is heard, not seen. And if you lack the capacity to understand the gravity of what I'm saying and instead are fixated on what I look like, that's your problem. That sounds like a you problem, not a me problem. Not a my face problem, not a my breast problem, not a my Dunlap problem. That's none of my problem. And all of this because I was never accepted and never complimented as a child. I mean, I had aunties and stuff who were always like, "Oh, you're so pretty. You look just like your mom." Well, mama said I'm ugly, so I don't know. Maybe she thinks she's ugly too. I don't know. I don't care. This is too much work for a child. Yeah. You know, I don't care anymore. I used to care. I used to care when I was a lot more insecure within myself. I would take 2-3 hours to get ready. I would wear an entire face full of makeup. But see, no matter how much you layer on your face, and it's okay if you like that. I like that sometimes too. No matter how much you layer on your face, it will not hide the sadness in your eyes. It won't. If that's what you're trying to hide, everyone can see it, but not everyone understands. Hold up. Hold up, guys. Sorry. Excuse me. I don't know how to work this phone. I just don't. I don't know how to work this phone. Like, Jesus Christ. Ugh. Let's see. Okay. This is a really, really old photo of me. Really, really old. This is not long after I shaved much of my hair. I decided to have a pixie cut because I just was going through shit. This is not edited. This is a face full of makeup. Can you please look at my eyes? People who are superficial will be like, oh my God, you're so pretty. People who are empathic will be like, oh my God, you're so sad. You're so sad. People who didn't understand what I didn't want to talk about will look at this picture and be like, oh my God, you were so in shape. And people who understood were like, oh my God, what the fuck were you going through? You look emaciated. And when I learned to better hide that pain, people would look at me and be like, oh my God, you look so kawaii. But people who understood were like, do you want to talk? It doesn't matter how much you put on your face. It doesn't matter how hard you try and hide it, how much you try and smile and all of this other shit. It doesn't matter because it shows in the eyes. A little bit healthier, still very sad. Came back home to heal things with my mom. This is only a few months apart. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference in my eyes? Take a good hard look at yourself in the mirror. Makeup or not, take a good hard look at yourself in the mirror and actually see your eyes. Actually, truly see yourself for the first time. Allow yourself to see what you're going through. Allow yourself to see what you're going through. So, in that other picture, right before I came back, I was in this whole self-love thing. I was giving myself facials pretty much every day. I was working out. I was getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep. The house was constantly kept clean. It's like everything is perfect. You see the sadness and the destruction in my eyes still. I returned back to California and now I'm sleeping maybe 45 minutes to no more than an hour and a half, 2 hours per day, cooking all of my mom's meals, dealing with all of her medical things, changing every single diaper, bathing her every single day, full body massage every single day, doing physical therapy with her every single day, homeschooling all my children, and still running a full schedule daily, plus live streams. Do you see the peace in my eyes? Do you see how peaceful my face became? It's not about what's happening outside of you. It's all about what's happening inside. You have to understand who you are. I'm not a person that requires environmental peace to thrive. I just have to know I'm doing my part. I just have to know I'm living my purpose. I need depth. Without depth, my eyes become dark. My energy becomes depleted. I feel superficial and I'm living for what? Am I actually living? Or am I just nothing but a statistic of spiritual advancement, which is not even advancing you spiritually? It's in the challenges of life that you become more fortified in your sense of self, that you become stronger, that your awareness begins to expand. What is your goal? What is your goal in this journey? Do you want to be this? Yes. Or you got another option. Hold up. You want to be this. Like, everyone loved that. Everyone loved that. Oh my God, that's so sexy. Oh, and then, of course, because I shaved my fucking hair, I went and bought a wig. Oh, yes. It gets better. It gets better. I then also decided to go full kawaii. Which one do you want? Which one do you want? I exist somewhere between this and this. And it's okay for me to swing between the two polarities. It's okay. It's not me being unstable. It's me full experiencing my life. It's okay. It's okay for me to show up on live streams and have no makeup on. That's okay. I no longer need this to carry this. I don't need this to showcase this. My worth goes beyond aesthetics. And yes, that's an intrinsic truth for everyone. But most people, if not all, have to work their entire lives to cultivate that truth, to bring it forward from a seedling or seed stage and allow it to fully grow into this mature tree where you can install a swing and swing your ass into calmness. These are choices you have to make. No one made these choices for me. No one identified this pain and helped me to sift through the wreckage of my heart. No one. My husband tried, but I wouldn't speak. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't want to talk. And you can't make me talk if I don't want to talk. You just can't. You can't force me to heal beyond what I am identifying as. And if I identify as that brokenness, which is not a bad thing, it's simply a part of my process. If I identify as that brokenness, there's no way you're making me whole. Because every time you try to make me whole, I will go out of my way and not even realize I'm doing this. I will go out of my way to fracture myself again. And that's my right to choose that for myself. You know what I realized? When you're dealing with someone that's extremely strong, the more you try and validate their pain and their struggle, the more they identify as broken. Now I'm very, very blessed to have equally powerful people joining me all the time, behind the scenes and in front of it. Because the few times where, some of the details of the things that are going on in my life privately, come out, usually the first reaction is like tears. They cry like, "Oh my God." And then they're like, "No. No, you're fucking hella strong. No, you're getting through this." And I'm like, "I am. I am. That's the only option. That's the only thing I'm willing to entertain. I'm getting through this. I'm already in the process of it. I just need to take a few more steps, move a little bit further. But I'm absolutely getting through this." And that's empowering to know, feel, see, hear. They sympathize with me and feel pain at the knowledge of what I'm going through. But it doesn't stop there. They're joining me in this place of peace and power. And they're like, "No, you got this. No, you got this. You got this." And it's like, thank you. Thank you for not just seeing my pain, but also seeing my potential and this process I'm in to tap into that potential. Thank you for recognizing that I'm actually strong enough to overcome this And this is nothing more than just part of my process at realizing, recognizing who I am within my life and my journey. That is so powerful. Sometimes we need to remember people don't need us to sit there and cry with them. That although it might be this thing of like, oh my God, I'm so overcome with emotions, like, but wait, I know you, I see you, and you're fucking strong. Like, okay, I had my initial reaction. Now I'm thinking, logical thought tells me you're going to be perfectly fine. You got this shit. Your innocence to the beauty of your struggle. Eventually, we have to grow up. Eventually, we have to see our struggles for what they are, opportunities for growth, opportunities for elevation and amplification of potentiality. You have to show up to work in order to benefit from that work. I'm talking about spiritual work. You have to show up. You have to arrive. You have to be fully present in your life. Harmony. Balance. You can have balanced harmony in the darkness or in the light. Whatever you decide, that's what's appropriate. That's what's appropriate. And that's okay. Whatever you choose, that's okay. No one gets to tell you nothing about nothing about nothing. We just. Okay. Card number 27, receiving. Allowing yourself to receive what is rightfully yours. What is rightfully yours, you won't know until your soul gives it to you. Whether it's people and connections, opportunities, experiences, abundance in a tangible form, abundance in a felt way, a visceral type of experience. I mean, you really don't know. Stop limiting yourself because someone on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever other fucking place wrote something that sounded good and they appear to have their shit together. Most of the people who appear to have their shit together do not. They focus so much of their time and energy for the aesthetics at the cost of the actual experience. You know how I know I got my shit together? Because I'm not scared for you to see me messy. I'm not focused on aesthetics. I really could give less of a shit. I couldn't give less of a shit about aesthetics. I literally don't care. I don't care so much. I'm still wearing the same fucking jammies from yesterday. I'm still wearing the same fucking jammies from yesterday. I barely brushed my hair today. And it's not that I'm going through something psychological and that's why I've let myself go. It's that my energy is being conserved for the important things. I'm having an internal process. The aesthetics of the exterior really is irrelevant to me.
But you're goddamn super sexy. You best believe it.
You hear this, man? Say it louder.
You goddamn fucking super sexy.
Stop! He's slurping. That was awkward. That was awkward. Don't worry about no aesthetics. Don't worry about no aesthetics. Seriously. Don't worry, period. Focus on what needs to be grown. Focus what needs your attention. Focus on that. Become so much more than something that expires. Yeah, no, he's totally flirting with me. He's like, even if I'm wearing the same jammies, I'm still so damn super sexy. And then he's like, stop it! fucking weird shit. You're supposed to only do that in private. Do the helicopter dance. There you go. I want you to pop it all the way. Like, yeah, yes. Yeah. Let me touch it. I want to touch it one time. Pop it into my hand. I'm sorry. He's flinging his shit everywhere. Y'all, I'm not a virgin. I don't know if you know this. I'm not a virgin. There were no immaculate conceptions that occurred. Okay. So receiving card number 11, diving for light. He's so awkward. What is that about? Card number 11. Ooh, 11, 11, 74. With card number 11. What? Diving for light. Allowing yourself to go as deep as you need to go in order to see the truth of who you are. Okay. Just allow yourself to go dive real deep. Excuse me. Thank you guys so much who for those of you who think we're like just the cutest, because I was wondering if we were too perverted yesterday. So we were walking through, I don't remember what store we were at, but every time I noticed there was a camera, I would grab his crotch. And he was just giggling through the whole store. And his giggling was encouraging me. What? Sometimes that's what we do. I would grab his crotch and he would go like this. There were no kids present in the store. Don't worry about it. There were no kids present. And he would go like this to me to fall. Stop. Okay. Card number 34, in the world, not of the world. Can you just recognize how magical you are and how it's not required of you to be normal and like other people and all these other, things that like I support your pervert. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Our level of perversion is appropriate. My mom used to say, like, can you guys stop? She was like, can you guys stop? You already have so many kids. What? Oh, why do you keep looking? Stick my hand down in the back of his pants, credit card swipe him. She's like, bastos. Why do you keep looking? I'm going to teach you guys some Tagalog. Card number 20, softly, softly, the tender touch. Being gentle with yourself as you go through your processes. It's okay to have emotions. It's okay to go through these cycles where you feel things and you feel a little bit destabilized for a moment, and then you pick yourself back up. It's okay. It's okay to not be monotonous. Card number 37, focus on the light. Allowing yourself to focus on this light that you dove down deep for. Okay. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm in the blood, motherfucker, so tight. Card number 42, the word wants to be written. Maybe you need to begin creating some sort of list of 5 things or maybe 3 things that you're wanting to accomplish in the next 2 or 3 months, and then make it a list of 5 things for the next 6 months, and then keep a separate list of things you want to accomplish by the time you die. Bucket list. I think one of the next things I want to experience, if COVIDia would just calm the fuck down, I would love to do a solo skydive over the Pacific and do it in SoCal so that I can overlook the Pacific, Mexico, and California at the same time. I just can't land in Mexico. I'm just saying. I would love to do that. I also would love to at some point I would love to travel abroad, maybe not by myself anymore because stalkers are fucking out of hand. But travel abroad with my backpack, and that's it. No plans, nothing. Just travel abroad with zero plans. I mean, I never make plans. Yes, Thailand. I have to go to Thailand. I have to go to Burma, but I think there's a lot of violence in Burma right now. There are all these different places that I have to go. You guys want to go on a trip to the Philippines with me? I can keep you alive. I know the language, but we'll stick out like a sore thumb. Know what I'm saying? We should totally do this island hopping in the Philippines. Mm-hmm. I think we should do that. I think we should do that. I think we should island hop in the Philippines and find all the different sacred sites. And really just commune. There is an opening to Lemuria hidden in the Philippines. I'm not Bisayan or Cebuano. I'm not. I'm just basic ass Tagalog. Sorry. I know the Bisayans and the Cebuanos are like gorgeous and everything. I'm sorry. I'm not one of y'all. I'm just basic ass country girl / city Manila girl. That's it. That would take several years to plan. I would need to oh so oh my god. My mom so my mom grew up in what she calls the Linang. That's like a farmland, right? And I don't know if you guys know, but farmlands in the Philippines is not like farmlands in the United States. It's like literal jungle. Hectares upon hectares upon hectares of jungle, right? So I will only share certain details, but one of my uncles, when I went to the Philippines in early 2000s, he took me to this farmland. There's like an entrance there. Yeah. He took me to the farmland to have me search for something because my mom told him I have the third eye thing. And I was just like, no, 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 no. We can't go in that part of the jungle because there's something following us. But yeah, no, like Amazon shit. Like Amazon shit. Yeah. And like this opening, I had asked my mom because she still remembered, playing in that fucking wilderness. I asked her about a specific geographic detail and she goes, your uncle took you all the way over there. And I was like, no, I just want to know if there's a place like that. And she goes, yeah, that's where we used to hide and play hide and seek. And I was like, oh. And she goes, are you gonna say the scary things again? Are you gonna say the scary? I was just asking. She's like, so what I'm trying to say is, I know one of the areas where energetic veins from deep inside the earth, they crisscross. It happens to be on my mom's plot of land. And this is a plot of land that was inherited from my great grandmother who has violet eyes. So I'm just like, oh my God. And she's really small. She's like 4 foot, I don't know, like 4'10" or something like that. And it's rumored that some Lemurians went ahead and had children with some of the tribeswomen in the Philippines. And their children were kept in the mountains. These were like tribal women, Igorots. And some of those children who were born, they could tell that they were like hybridized because they had like blonde hair. Filipinos don't come with blonde hair. I'm sorry. That's not natural. We don't come with blonde hair. But they have blonde hair naturally, and their eyes are of a certain color. So my great grandmother didn't have blonde hair, but she definitely had the eyes. Yes. So maybe we can go to the Philippines. I don't know. I always have this fear I'm going to be kidnapped in the Philippines. I think it had to do with my mom. But I mean, there's nothing scarier than being in the Philippines, several cities away from your mom's small village, and being in a public restroom at the mall and having random ass ladies come in and like, oh, you're so and so's daughter, like cornering me in the bathroom. I went back into the stall. I locked the fucking door. I was gonna leave the bathroom, and then they came in, and then like the lady, she grabs my arms, she looks me over like my whole fucking face. She goes, "Oh, you're so and so's daughter." I went back into the stall, and I locked that fucking door. She goes, "Oh, maybe," and she's saying this in Tagalog. Oh, maybe she doesn't speak Tagalog. And, I'm not gonna say shit. I'm gonna fucking lock myself in the bathroom stall until you leave. And that's just how it's gonna have to go. My mama told me about people would kidnap me in the Philippines. She told me about people like you. And then, okay, so carrying on with the story, since I shared the first part of it, I locked myself in that stall, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god. And she's then starting to talk in English, and she's like, "Oh, you look just like your mom." And we went to Santo Tomas together. I said, "Oh, okay. Oh, you just another nurse." And hi, Tita. And I unlocked the bathroom door because she was standing outside the door. She didn't fucking go do whatever she stood right outside my bathroom stall. And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Tita. I thought you were going to kidnap me." And she started laughing. I said, "My mom told me people will kidnap me." I was scared because you knew she is. And I don't know, you might hold me for hostage, ransom, something. I don't know. And then she hugged me and she said, "Oh, you're so cute. Can you move out of the way? I want to leave. I'm scared now. I want to go home." She's like, she said she was going to escort me out of the bathroom. It's just, hear this out, okay? She said she's going to escort me out of the bathroom because of the fact that I looked just like my mom, and my mom had a fan club. My mom had a fan club. And she wanted to basically be seen with me. What? The fuck? What? Yeah. Apparently, because my mother has an Anglo nose, she was the prettiest one in the whole region. And people would walk her, children, adults, whoever, would walk with her down the street like a fucking celebrity and take her to school. And like, we gotta stop that shit right now. We gotta stop that shit right now. Don't walk with me. We gotta stop that shit right now. We're not recreating that with me. I'm sorry. I don't really look like her. Different nose, different chin. Okay, there's similarity. Please don't reestablish that shit with me. That's just weird. Card number 5, follow your own rhythm, allowing yourself to dance through the events of your life, okay? Well, no, she literally had it like a fan club. So she was a pageant queen. She was this pageant queen, and I don't know, I guess she won all the pageants and this and that, and and she was like the most eligible bachelorette. and just everybody wanted her, and she was just so pure and pristine and educated, and then, you know, she met my dad, and that was that. So card number 18, spirals of manifestation. You know, you have to follow your own rhythm to manifest what it is you need, what it is you want. You gotta, you know, just follow your own rhythm for that. Y'all, hold up, hold up, hold up. Hold on. Hold on, guys. And this is not even her prettiest picture. So let that sink in. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. She literally had this whole fan club. And her mom treated her like a doll, like a living doll, and would pick all her outfits and dictated everything. So she thought she was going to have that with me. No, she didn't get the memo. She just did not get the memo. Like, it's because I don't have your nose. She said I was a spicy one. just, just don't tell me what to do, and we're going to be fine. We will be fine. Just don't try and tell me what to do. Don't try and dominate me. Don't try and tell me what to do, because then we'll be fine. If you try that, then you might not be fine. I will be, but you won't. Card number 1, after the storm. After the storm. So whatever the storm is, it's going to cleanse the way you see yourself and your life. Free from judgment and free to love. You have to allow yourself to be free to really experience your life and your emotions. Whatever it is that you're feeling it for a reason. So feel it and understand it. Stop trying to deny the way you feel. Stop trying to deny that you're going through something. Okay? We should. We should do the island hopping thing. We should. We'll see. Card number 22, she feels, she knows. You can feel exactly what's going on within yourself. You can feel this knowing that's coming up, and continuing to ignore it and pretend like you don't know, pretending like, oh, you're just imagining things. It's not going to help you. It's really not going to help you. It's not going to help you better understand yourself. It's not going to help you to live a more balanced life or anything like that. Release the dark wound and let love live. Let go of whatever the perception is that other people installed into you that causes you to see yourself as less than what you actually are. You come from a legacy of light. You come from a legacy of light, and you're needing to allow yourself to return to that state of knowing. Allow yourself to be renewed. Allow yourself to receive the galactic celestial assistance that you need to better understand yourself. Allow yourself to receive that galactic heritage. Many of us, most of us, if not all of us, have lived multiple galactic lives. I'm not into alien shit. I tell you that right now. I look alien most of the time, but I'm not into alien shit. I'm not into all of this like fucking starseed and, you know, like I understand the truths that are contained within that, but I'm not into it. So when I say galactic heritage, it comes from a place that's not following a trend. It comes from this wellspring of truth where it's like most, if not all of us, have had extraterrestrial lives. When I say extraterrestrial, off this planetary grid, outside of this system. Many of your dreams are actually not dreams. Many of your dreams where it seems like you're in a place that's like Earth, but it's not like Earth. Like you're in a forest, but it's not like Earth. Many of that is you recalling some of your previous lives off the planet. Many. So progression sigil, you will progress through this shedding cycle. And I think part of what you're shedding is whatever wounds that were caused by the twin race stuff that I don't know. I don't know, you know? Allow yourself to receive the directions from your soul. There's no need to invoke anyone else. There's no need to involve any other planetary, whatever, extraplanetary, intraplanetary. Just do it on your own. Do it on your own. Don't be so scared of yourself and your process that you consistently have to involve other beings. Be strong. Be secure in your ability to process. One of the things that I once knew this person who always got to involve other fucking galactic beings. Like, bitch, can you not just not do shit on your own? Like, why you always got to call in? Like, oh, we're going to now call in the angels. Oh, we're now going to call in the Pleiadians. Oh, we're now going to call in this. We're not going to. Bitch, can you not do shit on your own? Can you not? Because that's what it looks and feels like. The more you call other things in consistently, the more you are telling yourself you are incapable of doing it on your own. That is a lie. That is a lie. That's a lie. Well, how do you know, Emmie? Well, if you feel like I know so many other things, why do I suddenly not know if that's a lie or not? Selectivism much? You have to allow yourself to really, really be yourself. And, you know, many people are not going to like this. They don't like hearing me spouting fucking truths. You don't always need to call other things in. You just don't. When you consistently, you know, depend on other things, like, oh, I got to ask my spirit guides. Why? If you can talk to your spirit guides and receive their messages, why can't you receive messages and communication from your higher self? If I'm not going to hear my higher self, I'm not going to sure as fuck not listen to no spirit guides. I'm sorry. No. Me and her, we not friends today. Mm-hmm. Oh, but you talked to Michael, who said, I respond to him. We're not having conversations. We're not friends today. I'm joking. We friends all the days. Every day, all the days. We're just joking. I may hear Michael, but I don't always listen to him. I usually don't. And he never tells me what to do. He's simply reiterating what my higher self is saying, and I'm absolutely ignoring. That's it. I used to speak to my spirit guides, but I've never seen them or felt them. So who am I talking to? We don't know. You might be talking to Hovidia. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Unfortunately, we don't know. We don't know who we're actually speaking to. And people can be like, oh, I set the intentions. Okay, but as long as you have pockets of toxicity within you that remain unrecognized, there are things that could be living in you. I had someone, and I don't feel bad sharing this because they decided to go on my public business page and say all this shit. It was someone who had been part of, I think it was a fire ceremony. And during the first part, I knew there was a lot of like really unsavory things, energies. And so I felt like for the first time calling in my Orphan heritage, calling in all sorts of different things to create a barrier, right? Laws of sovereignty. If you're a demon whore and you bring it in, you carry it into that sacred space within your vessel, then those barriers don't work. They don't work. And everyone who was a part of that live stream, they could feel the gravity of the presence of these different things that are part of my energetic field due to my celestial, galactic, human ancestry. And this person, decided to comment all this like stupid shit about like, oh, that must have been super scary for you, calling in all of these things and having me a demon. Okay, but you transported it in. Like, I can't help that you're a demon whore. You transported it in. It's not anything to do with any weakness of mine. Laws of sovereignty. And they were upset because as soon as I detected that, I did not do the work. And as a matter of fact, I took their ability away to comment on the live stream so no one else would be affected. And you want to say I'm weak? I was fucking strong enough to publicly ban your ass. I mean, isn't that why you're mad? Because I publicly banned your ass. I mean, I didn't see anything weak in that. Only the weak people would be like, oh my God, shit. Oh, people might think that I didn't. No. I'm not responsible for someone else's toxicity. I'm not. But just because you set intentions does not mean you don't have pockets of toxicity within you that are perfect houses, homes for parasitic things. That doesn't mean anything. Setting intentions, if you haven't done all the other work that empowers the intentions to secure your space, it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't. You could easily lie to yourself. That's what those intentions are. That's what those intentions are. Just because you say something does not mean you're manifesting it. I mean, for example, you could totally, okay, so I have issues with maintaining muscle mass, and I have to lift fairly heavy weights fairly consistently in order to maintain ass cheeks. Ass cheeks, okay? So I can set this intention to grow my ass cheeks, but unless I'm willing to hold myself accountable and actually do the work, I'm not growing shit. I'm not growing shit. It's not just about what you think. That's so toddlerhood. These people who are trying to convince you that they're super uber spiritual, but they only ever tell you a fraction of what you need to know in order to accomplish what they're saying you can accomplish with that fraction. These are the people you're listening to for advice and guidance. Oh, so what? Emmie, should we listen to you? No. Did you not hear what I said? Listen to yourself. Listen to your higher self. Well, then why do you do these readings? Okay, let me explain something to you. When you have conversations with your higher self, and then you come on the live streams, and I'm talking about the exact same fucking thing that your higher self told you, that's your confirmation. That's your confirmation. That's how this works. That's how this works. I'm supposed to only serve as a confirmation for the guidance that your soul already gave you. That's how this works. It's not me telling you what to do. Allow yourself to receive whatever it is you need to receive from your higher selves. No one else, not even me. So what's going to happen if you trust me implicitly like that and you always only do what I say, think what I tell you to think? What happens when one day I get breached by something severely parasitic? What happens to you? Oh, but Emmie, you'll never let that happen. Yeah, I will definitely go out of my way to make sure that I never expose you to anything parasitic within me or anyone else. But what happens if that's the day where I wasn't paying attention and now I'm infested? What happens to you? You are responsible for your own auric space. It's okay for you to value me. It's okay for you to respect and be inspired by me. It's okay for you to feel the gravity of the words that I say. But on the day where you come on the live stream and what the fuck's up with Emmie? She feel hella fucking off. Like, ooh, I feel like vomiting. What the fuck is this? That means I'm breached. That means you need to be like, Emmie, I think you're breached. I'm logging off. I'm logging off. I'm good. No, thank you. Emmie has a fucking problem right now. Yeah. And no, don't just log off and hope that no, fucking call me out on that shit. Hey, Emmie, have you scanned yourself today? Because you feel fucking off. I want to vomit seeing your face and hearing your voice. Yep. Fucking call me out on that shit. Call me out on that shit. I'm not scared to be called out. You're doing me a favor. You're loving on me by calling me out on something I don't recognize. Because would I live stream if I knew I was breached? No. No, I would not. No, I would not. My energy feels off. You call me out. Hey, Emmie, is everything okay? You feel a little off today. You feel a lot of off today. I want to fucking vomit hearing you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. This is the space where we love each other in that way. This is the space where we do this for each other. We let each other know, like, hey, I'm not sure if you're recognizing there's something going on. Hold on. So, card number 18, a new gown. Weary and consumed by longing, I was caressed by my beloved last night. We're done. We're just done. I'll pull a Kuan Yin card. If you want to know what the message is for this card, it's card number 18 in the Rumi Oracle deck. You can Google that. Yeah, no. Girlfriend has fucking standards today. Fuck that shit. We went the whole fucking reading without any twin flame shit. I'm good. I'm fucking good. I gotta get going anyways. Hold on. Let me shuffle the Kuan Yin deck. I'll pull you guys 2 cards from here. I'll read a whole lot from this. Yes. Michael goes, are you sure? I'm so fucking sure. You can drag me by my hair, baby boo. I will love that. I would love you to fucking drag me by my hair through the wilderness. I'm good for real, for real. It is the Rumi Oracle deck. It's by Alana Fairchild. It's card number 18. As a matter of fact, let me accommodate you further. Rumi Oracle. Alana Fairchild, card 18. Okay. La 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 la. Bow to your partner. It's not loading. Okay, I can't get it for you guys, but it's card number 18. It's the Rumi deck. If one of y'all can get it, free to be we too. We too, baby boo. We too. Okay, finding your way. When your feet seem to lead you one way and your head says to go a different way, tune into your heart. I will guide you there, helping you to see my signs and most easily find your way on your beautiful life journey. So this is repeating what I had just said. Tune into yourself, not into other things, okay? Trust. Trust what you feel the divine is communicating to you through the happenings around you. There is divine guidance in all things if we know how to feel and look for it. Through the heart, without silencing our intuition with logic. Now, it's important for us to also know it's one thing for you to just feel something in your heart space. It's a whole nother thing for you to pull something to be processed in the heart. That could be a parasitic attempt to gain infiltration, access to your heart space. And if you think about it, what does the heart do? Macro to micro, right? Etheric to physical. The physical heart serves to circulate through the entire being. If you pull it into the etheric heart for processing and it happens to be parasitic, you are now circulating parasitic coding through your entire being. Do not pull things into your heart. Ask your heart to tell you what things mean. Do not pull something into your heart. So, Harvest Mother watches over me. The inner world offers powerful healing energy, creating space to receive it with love, patience, acceptance, and willingness to hear, feel, and honor all messages from our inner world with wisdom. This allows this inner medicine to work its healing magic. Even if it seems unfathomable at an intellectual level, the inner world knows how to restore and heal every aspect of the soul. We just need to invite and allow it. The inner self, not just the higher, but the inner self is unfuckwithable. You can't fuck with it. You can't fuck with it. You can't fuck with it. You can't. Stop. I'm tired of you asking me if I'm sure. Do I look like I'm not sure? Do I look like I'm not sure? Does girlfriend look like she's not sure about wanting to read that card or not? Just squeeze myself. Do I look like I'm not sure? Maybe I'm not sure. Weary and consumed by longing, I was caressed by my beloved last night. My wounded soul was set free when I tasted the sweetness of love. My spirit was lifted at once. I surrendered my life while overflowing with joy, and my vision was filled with light. Love said, "Don't feel so hopeless, my weary and gloomy one, for my generosity is beyond forgetting those devoted to me. See how boundless divine justice can be. Behold my immeasurable kindness." I guess I was wrong. Love embraced my spirit, and all my doubts vanished at once. A new and glorious robe of honor was placed on my shoulders. Love offered me the power of new vision and the transforming touch of divine generosity, and placed the chalice of eternal wine in my hand. I have the perfect gift for you. It's a gown of new colors, of colors perfectly suited to you and no other. The colors of this gown will make your eyes sparkle and gleam as though they were more beautiful than the most precious gems. The colors of this new gown will make your skin seem luminous as if lit from within. For of course it is, beautiful angel, your complexion is radiant with the light of life. Your hair will shine with luster, and your entire being will be complemented by this gown as it enhances your beauty in all ways. So hold on no longer to that shabby, tattered cloak of so unworthy of you. Cast it off. Let me grace your shoulders now with this royal robe instead, that you may shine beautifully as befits a royal child of divine parentage. Beloved, if you could only see the incredible gift, the symbolic robe being offered to you now, your fears would quake and tremble, disappearing more quickly than you could imagine. Your heart would take wings and become so light your entire being would lift clean off the ground and soar like an angel bird amongst the playground of the divine mother's skies. Yet like a young one, so much younger than your years and wisdom warrant, you may hold on to your tattered robes as though they were a security blanket. Though you know it's time to let go, you may take pause and have a moment of doubt. You may wonder if the new robes will descend swiftly enough, or that without what you have known to cling on to, you will be left stark naked, exposed, and vulnerable. These thoughts are not worthy of your status, but perhaps you are yet to realize you're of the most sublime royal lineage, that you are worthy of a cloak of galaxies, a crown of stars, a body of sacred earth, and a voice of stirring music. You may be craning your neck to see who it is that can bestow permission upon you to receive a gift of such dignity. In whom is such authority vested that you may no longer be as the beggar asking for scraps and contenting yourself with stale breadcrumbs. You may simply decide to shed that, stand up, walk with your head held erect and with regal grace, and assume your place at the table of divine feasting. Remember that your royal birth certificate is stamped in your heart. There is no authority required, no permission to be granted. You are what you are already and always have been thus. All that's required from you is to realize it. This oracle comes to you with sacred portent. You are fast approaching a moment of a great leap, an evolutionary shift on your spiritual path. Your sense of yourself and your divine identity is about to be revealed and realized in a way more potent than ever before. This is wonderful. It's a divine happening. You must allow it. Do not confuse humility with humiliation. Do not humble yourself excessively. You do not have to battle with a false pride either. Simply honor yourself as a loving being, worthy of life, worthy of this royal path of divine realization. What a gift it is to cast aside belief in inferiority or superiority, unhelpful as those notions are for you now. What a gift instead to embrace your own path, irrespective of what any other may think, whether they hold it in glory or derision. Who cares? Not you nor I. Your royal heritage has been revealed, and in seeing the divinity within yourself, you become blessed to see it in all beings returning to the realization of royalty within. Crazed searching outside of the heart will come to an end. A simple golden path will be found, as though a river of molten gold flows from your heart back to the oceanic heart of the great beloved, where, united again, you finally ascend your throne and claim your divinity once and for always. This oracle comes with a sacred guidance for you. You are stepping into empowerment into a new way, and it's to be honored. Do not allow yourself to be dragged into dramas or power games. You are worth so much more than that. You're tapping into your inner dignity, and others may not know how to respond. Some will respond with love and acknowledgement, others with fear and judgment, calling you too big for your boots or high and mighty. Those are voices of fear, not truth. Be in your dignity and power and keep it going. It's the divine that urges you, not the ego. Do not doubt the changes happening within you now. Embrace them. So, so that tells me for some of you, someone else needs to come back into the picture for you to ascend to your proper place. Yeah. Someone else needs to come back into the picture for you to ascend to your proper place and understand the full gravity of who and what you are and your purpose in this life and the way your purpose affects other people and their path. If you want to continue to avoid and deny and all of that, that's up to you. But for some, not all, not most, for some, this reconnection is inevitable. It's literally inevitable. It's a part of the destiny contained within that pre-planned life. It's part of your Palladorian contracts. If you guys are not familiar with Palladorian contracts, these are high-level contracts that cannot be altered. I'm very good at contract alteration, addendums, and all of that. Okay. I'm very good at contract negations and all of that. Palladorian contracts, you're fucked. If it's in that contract, you're not changing that. You're not changing that because that's not a contract that was signed or co-signed by, like your avatar self. No, it's Rishik. That's the highest level of anchor point that connects you to like the Akashic, not Akashic, the Ikasha. Ikasha, the Eka and Ikasha. These things are like the consciousness of divinity itself. And you can try. Let me know how that works. You're not undoing a Palladorian contract. Now, when the collective whole of whoever is involved in the Palladorians come together, hold a council, and collectively choose within that council to alter, then that's one thing. That's one thing. Then that will be altered because that factors in the potentialities of the collective whole of humanity in the planetary system. Choosing a different option. Is that what the energy is whenever they're close? Whenever who's close? It's just an agreement. It's not the energy. And you have to be careful about, feeling people's energies. Because sometimes parasitic things will clone and use that cloned energy to cloak in it as they approach you. And because you're familiar with that energy already, and there's this preconceived notion of what that sensation is, you can then become so fixated on whatever that sensation is and the potentiality of the meaning of it that you disregard that it's parasitic. Anytime I feel twin flame stuff, twin race stuff, I'm like, are you a demon? That must be a mimic. That's a demon or mimic. I'm good. No, I don't need no messages from you, counterpart, sir. I'm good. You probably a demon. You probably a demon. Because the reality is, if it's your twin ray actually approaching, you're not going to feel it externally. You're not. If you feel like they're close, I don't know what you're feeling. I don't know what you're feeling. Yeah. It's just one of those things. And, you know, some people might say I'm paranoid. And to that, all I have to say is maybe you're just not sensitive enough to understand the reality of what I'm saying. And that's okay. You can continue to have, you know, your devotion and commitment to someone's teachings because it sounds good and it suits what you want to believe. But the reality of that, I offer parasitic extraction services on my website, emmieevolving.com. You're probably going to end up needing a 2M extraction plus core correction when you take that in. Yeah. So believe what you want to believe. I'm entering into this part of my journey where it's like, I just really am not going to try and convince people of anything. Whenever I say things, I say them from a place of knowing based on my life experience and my career specialty and subspecialties. And with that, whenever I speak on things and people don't listen to it, take heed to it, and you don't have to do what I say, but when you hear it and you kind of consider it, and then you experience it and you apply what I was telling you to consider, they have a tendency to be not affected. But the people who they just know more, right? They know everything because they've read all the books and are certified in all these things. They tend to be the one who needs a series of extractions. Yeah. You know, to each their own. To each their own. But it's coming to a point where, you know, you have to hold yourself accountable, responsible for the things that you allow yourself to participate in. And yes, simply believing some of the flawed teachings, distorted teachings of other people, that's you participating. That's your participation in something parasitic. And I will say, I have very distinct memories of when um, this group of souls who are always tasked with high level corrective work, um, when they were dispatched into ancient Egypt and were involved in the transcription of the stolen CDT plates, both stole them. He stole them. And a lot of the esoterica that you guys read, they were gleaned from what Toth stole. They were gleaned from what Toth stole, and because they were gleaned from that distorted transcription, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I got to get going though. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I got to get going 2 sessions. Thank you guys so much for sharing this space with me. I will see you again. Bye.